Have you ever felt that awkward silence right after you say hello? We're going to fix that. Right here, we're diving into the art of small talk, and it's a skill, a real one, that can open doors and build some amazing connections. So let's get into it. Oh man, we've all been there, right? You meet someone new, you both say hi, and then crickets. That weird moment just kind of hangs in the air. Well, this is your guide for what to do next, for how to confidently fill that silence.
And to make this super practical, we're going to follow what I'm calling a conversational journey. We'll watch two people, Marco and Leah, and see exactly how they build a connection right from scratch using the exact steps we're about to cover.
So every good conversation starts with the basics. The very first step is just sharing a little bit about who you are. And look, this isn't about telling your entire life story, not at all. It's just about laying down a simple foundation to build on.
And you know what? It really just boils down to two key questions. First, where are you from? That covers your background. And second, what do you do? That's all about your job or what you study. Seriously, these two questions are like the keys that unlock the whole conversation. Okay, let's peek behind the curtain at the grammar for just a second. The engine that makes all of this work is the super simple verb to be. Just look at this table. I am from Chile. You are a teacher. If you can get this simple structure down, you've basically built the foundation for all small talk.
So when someone asks where you're from, you're going to start with your country. A really simple, direct sentence. I am from Spain. See? It's clear, it's easy, and it keeps the conversation moving forward.
And for that other question, what do? You'll talk about your job. Now pay close attention to that tiny little word in the example. I am a designer. It's such a small detail, but trust me, it makes your English sound so much more natural.
All right, let's see how this actually works. We're back with Marco and Leah, and Marco kicks things off with our first key question. It's a perfect, friendly start. Now listen closely because this part is so important. Leah gives her answer, I am from France, but she doesn't just stop there. She immediately says, and you. She literally passes the conversational ball right back to Marco. That's huge.
And that right there is our pro tip in action. A conversation is a two-way street, right? Using simple little phrases like, and you, or what about you, is the easiest, most powerful way to show that you're actually interested in the other person. You're not just talking at them, you're talking with them.
And see how Marco just rolls with it? He answers her question, even adds a cool little detail from Rome, and then, so smoothly, he pivots to that second key question, so what do you do? The conversation just has this great, natural rhythm.
Before we go any further, here's a quick but really important cultural tip. In some places, it might be totally normal, but in many English-speaking cultures, asking an adult, how old are you, can feel a little impolite. So it's usually safer just to stick with where they're from and what they do.
Okay, so once you've got those basics covered, we get to the really fun part. This is where you move past the facts and start talking about what you actually love to do. Honestly, this is where the real connections start to happen.
And the question that unlocks all this fun stuff? It's beautifully simple. What do you like to do? It's just an open, friendly invitation for someone to share a little piece of their personality with you.
So, how do you answer that? Well, just follow this simple recipe. You start with I like or I love. Then you can add a noun like music or books, or, and this is the real trick, you can add a verb with ing at the end, like reading, cooking, or dancing. It's like you're turning the action into a hobby. Let's go back to Marco and Leah. Check out how perfectly Leah uses this rule. I like listening to music and I love dancing. And what does she do right after? Bam! She asks the question right back, keeping that conversation perfectly balanced. She's a pro. And here it is, the magic moment. Marco hears that keyword and he makes a connection. I love cooking too, he says. But he doesn't just stop there. He adds a personal detail. I cook Italian food every week. Suddenly, they're not just sharing facts. He's sharing a real piece of his life. And that, right there, is the whole point. Finding that one little piece of common ground, that shared interest, that's what turns a simple, polite chat into the beginning of a real connection. It's the magic of small talk. Okay, let's step back for a second and look at the entire journey we just saw, from that first hello all the way to them finding something they both love. What you're seeing here is a roadmap, a clear, logical flow for pretty much any conversation. You start with a greeting, you move to basic personal info, origin and work. Then you transition to hobbies, and that's where you're hunting for that common ground.
And finally, you wrap it up with a polite closing. It's a pattern you can use every single time.
So there you have it. You've seen exactly how it's done. You've got the map, you've got the tools, now it's your turn to start your own conversational journey.
So let's do one last check of your toolkit. You've got your 3 key questions. Where are you from? What do you do? And what do you like? You've got your secret weapon. And you. And you have your simple grammar for hobbies. I like plus a noun or a verb with ing. That is literally all you need to get started.
You've got the roadmap. You've got all the tools you need. The only thing left to do is to start the journey. Remember, that next conversation doesn't have to be awkward at all. It can be a real opportunity. It starts right now. So the only question left is, who are you going to talk to?